Most people aren't broke because they're lazy. They're actually broke because they've been trained to be. Trained to fear money, trained to consume, trained to trade time to just get by, and it's honestly something that they will never get out of. In this video, I'm breaking down how we've been programmed to stay poor and exactly what to do to get out of it. So if you are feeling stuck, this is exactly what you need to hear. Now let's get it. Let's talk about the system that most of us grew up in. You're taught to memorize, but not to create. You're taught to follow and not to lead. And you're taught to play it safe. So you go to school, you get a good job, you don't take any risks, and you most importantly, never talk about money. That's not an accident. I mean, think about it. When is the last time that someone taught you how to invest, how to build a business, or how to create something? I think it's important to explain the difference between a poor mindset and a wealthy mindset. Now, with a poor mindset, one of the things that you may think is, I can't afford it. So you may see a dream home, or you may see a business that's for sale. You may see different type of investments that other people are doing, and you're like, hey, I can't afford to do these type of things. A wealthy mindset will think, how can I afford this? So they'll see something that they believe that they should have and want to have. And now they figure out ways through resources that are available to them, whether that's through books, whether it's through courses, whether it's going online and maybe joining different Reddit subgroups and going to YouTube and seeking out information. The information is there, but you yourself have to be willing to seek it. A poor mindset might think, how can I work more hours? Usually a poor person thinks that the solution to everything is just working harder, working more hours and taking time away from other resources that could be available to you. Now, a wealthy person may think, how can I use my time to serve me better? We all have 24 hours in a day, and it is what you do with that time that matters the most. So another example of poor mindset could be saying money is evil. I know a lot of my elders used to say this, and maybe it was based off of their experiences with or without money. But a wealthy person's mindset will look at money and say it's a tool. You want to have the mindset of treating the money as if it's your offspring. And in this case, you want your offspring to go and have more offspring. And so if you want to use that, then you want to make sure that you're using your money as a tool, investing in the different assets, right? Stocks, real estate, businesses. Now, lastly, another example of a poor person's mindset could be that you think that it's too late for you. While in reality, you still have time. Because a wealthy person's mindset might say, hey, all I need is one win to change the trajectory of my life. And that is an absolutely true statement. It's never too late for anyone, but it starts with the change of your mindset, your habits, and where you are putting your money to use for you. Because I'm telling you, spending it on clothes, cars, jewelry, vacations, etc., that is not going to be what gets you to building wealth. See, the wealthy, they think in terms of ownership, leverage, and time freedom, while most people think in terms of bills, budgeting, and survival. The truth of the matter is, we've all been trained to think like a worker. But if you want to build wealth, you honestly have to train your mind to think like an owner. So now it's time to break the script. We need to break free of the poverty programming that has been placed upon us. The first thing you should do is to expose the patterns. Ask yourself, what money beliefs have you been taught? You need to write them down, question them, and replace them. So I can say, for me, I was always taught you should save your money. Never invest. Save, because you never know what will happen. And on a rainy day, you'll always have that nest egg. Well, saving is good, and it is a habit that you should be able to formulate. But also, you can't save your way to wealth. You have to invest. And because that wasn't taught to me, I had to go about ways of learning that myself. And I love my parents to death, but they weren't taught that either. And if they don't go seek that knowledge, then there's no way they know. And so they pass on that information from generations to generations. And that is how it's harder for a family to go ahead and step into the light of wealth, to step into better situations, better living conditions, better opportunities for their seeds, because of the fact that they still have not exposed the patterns that were taught to them and questioned them. Now, the second step I tell you is to learn the rules of the game. Basically, I'm telling you, you should be studying money as if your life depended on it. Because honestly, it does depend on it. I tell you to start off with books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or maybe The Psychology of Money, maybe Power of Habit, Buy Then Build, The Millionaire Next Door. There are plenty of books that will go ahead and teach you about what money is and how it's supposed to be used. So step 3, I tell you to stop worshiping income. So yes, income does feel good, but income without investing is kind of like you're running on a treadmill. You're not really going anywhere. You're working hard, and over time, you're getting more and more winded. You're getting more tired, but you're not going anywhere, okay? And the whole time you've been training to just run in place. All right, so in this step right here, you want to focus on building assets because that's what's going to benefit you later in life. And the last step I tell you is to build leverage. So invest weekly or monthly. Go ahead and start a side hustle. Maybe create some digital products. The whole thing here is to try to separate yourself from a time equals money aspect. When we're working, we're going and we're transferring our time and receiving money compensation. But like I've said before, we all only have 24 hours in a day. There's only so much time that you can actually work by trading time for money. It's harder to build wealth that way. Once you start to build leverage and create opportunities to where, let's say you do a digital product, that's something that only has to be made one time, but can get sold an infinite amount of time. Think about side hustles, right? This is time to where, okay, hey, if you're still trading service side hustles where you can charge a higher price than maybe what you're getting working a 9 to 5. Maybe you can start YouTube, and over time, this is a content catalog that you will continue to get paid for as long as your YouTube channel is up and growing. Some of this stuff takes time, but the point is that you're working on separating yourself from that treadmill. I do believe that one of the most dangerous lies that we were taught is that trading time for money is the way to live, because honestly, it's not. Now, lastly, I would suggest creating some daily mindset habits that can rewire your thinking, because wealth isn't just about what you do. It's about what you believe, and it's about what you reinforce. Now, I'm going to give you 5 habits here, and you can tweak these or come up with your own if you want. But I feel like these will help you in your transition from going from the poverty mindset to a wealthy mindset. First, I'm going to tell you to stop the unnecessary spending. You want to make sure that your money is going towards something of value, okay? Something that in return will either give you more knowledge, give you more time, or give you more wealth. Secondly, I tell you to write down your financial wins. I think it's important that even with small wins, this can build up the confidence to let you know that big wins are in the future. Just seeing this written down and keeping a log of this lets you know that even on bad days, hey, this year has been great because I've had more great days than I've had bad. You want to be on the positive side of things. Third, I'm going to tell you to repeat wealth affirmations. So an example of this can be, I will attract opportunities that will grow my net worth. And it's just as simple as that. It's a positive mindset. And when you repeat it, you will start to believe it. And when you believe it, those things will happen. Now, the fourth thing I'll tell you to do is to go ahead and track your net worth monthly. At the end of the month, go ahead and jot down, okay, hey, what came in, what came out? Did I grow in a positive, or did I go ahead and take away a negative? Hopefully each month you should be growing in an upward direction because we're trying to do things and build habits that will grow our net worth. Once we get in the habit of doing this, then the growth becomes exponential because we're able to see more and more wins. We're repeating more and more affirmations. We're doing less and less unnecessary spending. And all of these together make up a wealthy person and a wealthy individual or someone that is headed towards that direction. Now, the last thing I'll tell you is to visualize what your financial future is on the daily. Maybe it's in the morning when you're going ahead and journaling down what it is that you need and you're repeating your wealth affirmations. You go ahead and just visualize in your head, okay, where you see yourself in 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years from now, where you see your family, everyone that you care about, opportunities that you've been able to accomplish. Where you see yourself matters. If you're putting those type of images in your brain daily, along with repeating affirmations daily, along with the fact that you're journaling daily, along with the fact that you're cutting away unnecessary spending daily, then at the end of each month, I promise you, you will start to see that net worth grow. To keep it plain and simple, the more that you envision and see yourself as a wealth builder, then the more actions follow behind that. And if you put hand in hand together, then it's inevitable that you will be on the road to a wealthy lifestyle, a wealthy mindset, and most importantly, financial freedom. So yes, you have been trained to be poor, but that training does not have to be permanent. You can choose to break the script, you can choose ownership, you can choose discipline, and you can choose wealth. Now make no mistake, this isn't some type of fake motivation. I'm honestly just being real with you. But by being real with you, I should be laying out some type of clarity to you. No one, and I mean no one, is coming to save you. But everything you need, you have access to, and it's in the palm of your hands. Trust me. Now drop a comment. What's one money habit that you are unlearning right now? I'd love to hear from you all. And if you're serious about shifting your mindset and building wealth step by step, then go ahead and subscribe because we're doing this every single week. I really hope you all enjoyed this episode. Until next time, I'm your host, Marcus, here at Zero to Wealth, and I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.